There we go. There it is. Today's quote. Today's quote was submitted by the great Sean Woodward. And I say the great Sean Woodward. Sean Woodward's been a part of hashtag Rise and Grind for a really long time. And he's one of my buddies. And so I call him the great Sean Woodward. And the quote that he submitted stems from the great John F. Kennedy. That's right. It stems from the great John F. Kennedy. And the quote reads as this: as we express gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Basically, what JFK is saying here is, as we say thank you, as we say thank you to those that we adore, those that we admire, those that have made an impact in our lives, as we say thank you, the highest, right? Like the highest form of appreciation is not to utter the words, just telling me thank you. Thank you, Glenn, for Rise and Grind. Thank you, Glenn, for the morning show. Thank you, Glenn, for the morning five. Just saying thank you is not enough. The highest form, actually, you can even take the thank you out. You can remove the thank you if you want. The highest form of appreciation is not to utter the words thank you, but to ultimately to live by them. What JFK is saying is, do not shower words of praise. Instead, change. Make the change. What JFK is saying is, do not kiss my rear end and tell me I'm great. Instead, take action so that my words and my actions make an impact in your life. Say thank you to me. Yes. You want to say thank you to me? Say thank you to me. I appreciate it. But don't say thank you to me from where you were, but rather say thank you to me from where you're headed. What a powerful quote by my man, JFK. And thank you so much, Sean, for submitting that today. It really lit me up this morning. It got me on fire. The greatest form. As we express gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Take action, my friends. Take action. And now, with that said, may the 4th be with you. And let's head into today's episode 862 of hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. May the 4th be with you, right? And I just now noticed one of my lights is not turned on. So it's a little darker today in the full production over here on at Official Glenn Lundy. A little bit darker, a little bit sinister, right? Right? Check that out. Look at that lighting. It's a little bit sinister, but that's okay because this is hashtag Rise and Grind, your daily dose of motivation, education, and inspiration. And today, we are in the midst of a new series called Poetry in Motion, and we're experiencing some of the greatest words that have ever been written in global history. Like yesterday, we talked about my man Robert Frost and his iconic poem, The Road Not Taken. We broke that down in episode 861 of hashtag Rise and Grind. And we have many more to break down, many more to come, much more inspiration, motivation, and education. We got much more of that coming this week. So make sure you tune in all week. It's going to be really impactful. It's going to be really powerful. And I definitely want to continue to connect with you and go through this experience together. I don't want to do this all by myself. Now, today we're going to discover the power and the imagery displayed behind the words of Miss Emily Dickinson's poem. It was a masterpiece that she wrote. The title of the poem is Because I Could Not Stop for Death. That's the title of it. So see, the sinister lighting actually works a little bit, right? Because I Could Not Stop for Death. We're going to dive into that particular poem today. Before we do, though, if you don't mind, I shared a poem that I wrote 8 years ago yesterday. I shared that yesterday, and a lot of people messaged and said, Glenn, I really love that poem. Where can I find it? If you want to go find that poem, it's on YouTube. Just search I Am a Man by Glenn Lundy, and you can check that. You can check that one out. I wrote that one 8 years ago, right? Really impactful, really powerful. Well, there's another poem that I wrote, and I didn't know if you knew, but I do I like the written word. And so I've written some poems. I've written, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 different poems, right? And so what I would like to do is I'm going to share another one with you today because the one I shared yesterday seemed to be impactful. So I thought maybe this one might be too. And we've got, Mother's Day coming up next week, right? Mother's Day is coming up Sunday. That's right. Gentlemen, Mother's Day is coming Sunday. Don't say I didn't warn you. Mother's Day is coming Sunday. All right, letting everybody know. So I'm going to share a poem I wrote, and then we're going to dive in and really talk about Emily Dickinson's poem, Because I Could Not Stop for Death. Is that fair? Is that fair? You guys okay with that? Okay, cool. Check it out. Here we go. The name of this poem, written by yours truly, is My Wife's Skin Has Healing Powers. You ready? I know this sounds crazy, but tell you I must. My wife's skin, it can heal. This is true. You can trust. After a long day of the everyday grind, my wife's skin has the power to clear out my mind. When I grab hold of her hand, it changes my life, and I thank the good Lord that she is my wife. I'm addicted. I love it. I just can't get enough. One touch and I just want some more of this stuff. It's exciting, electric, so hard to explain. But her skin, I assure you, heals body and brain. My wife's skin has healing powers. My son Joel, he will tell you he loves her skin too. When he's sick, he lays on it and the healing comes through. There's no place on earth that can do what she can. And my son knows this fact as he's holding her hand. When he's all tired out from a day of fun play, his mom's skin is the place where his head just must lay. It revitalizes, it relieves, it has powers unreal. When you touch my wife's skin, it just brings out your zeal. It is incredible, fantastic. I just can't describe, but her skin, I can promise, should be doctor prescribed. My wife's skin has healing powers. In Savannah, she knows, and she'll let you know too. Her mom's skin, it can heal. She will tell you it's true. She knows with a boo-boo, mom's kiss is the cure. And if her belly hurts, she calls mommy for sure. There's no other love than the caress from mom's skin and the assurance of knowing that she's there thick and thin. It's amazing. It's tremendous. It's one of God's greatest gifts. One hug from my wife gives my day such a lift, so soft and so warm you can't quite understand, but her skin, I swear to it, it's the best in the land. My wife's skin has healing powers. A soft kiss from her lips and a look in her eyes make my worries run screaming and my dreams become live. My wife is a woman that I wish you all knew, because her touch, it has healed me. Believe me, it's true. My wife's skin has healing powers. I hope you enjoyed that. To all the moms out there, my wife ain't the only one. My wife is not the only one with those healing powers. Y'all know it's true. Let's dive in today's episode of #RiseAndGrind. But first, you know what we gotta do.
Wake up.
Let's dance, baby. Let's do some dancing this morning. Those of you on Instagram are like, this dude's a fool. He's dancing. There ain't no music. No, there's some music, baby. If you want to see the full production, though, you got to go to official Glenn Lundy. They got music on Clubhouse. They got music on Facebook. Instagram, you're the only one with no music. Come on, Insta. Why don't you do something about that? For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where we're going to get that body in motion, okay? We're going to get that body in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So I need you to get in motion right now. If you were laying in bed, it's time to get up. If you're out there running, let's step it up a notch. Come on. If you're lifting some weights or something, put on some extra weight. Let's go. It's Tuesday, May 4th. It's time for us to get it on. Today is the first and the last time it'll ever be. So let's make the most of this absolutely incredible day. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, or maybe you're listening to the podcast, maybe you're over on YouTube, whatever it is, however you are enjoying #RiseAndGrind. However you're doing it, I want you to go ahead and connect with me, okay? It's super important that we connect. That's what this show's about. This show is all about connection. So say good morning to me, and I'll say good morning to you. All right? Fair enough? Fair enough. Good morning, Mr. Jeff Baker. Great to see you this morning. What's up, Melvin Rodriguez? I see you as well. I see Vicki Everett is in the house. Great to see you, Miss Vicki Everett. What's up, Mary Lynn Wilkin? Great to see you. May the 4th be with you as well. I see Rodney Rock Hatfield is in the house, and Miss Tina Bacon. Over on Instagram, I see M. Deshelle is here this morning. Sheree Diane is here this morning. Beth Zida Treasure Chest is here this morning. What's up, Dr. Sean Shapiro? Great to see you, sir. How you doing, Kettle Nakari 3? I'm glad you're here this morning. I see Giovanna Nava. I also see Kenny Brock. What's up, Kenny Brock? Great to see you, dude. I see Ray Hatcher's up in here. Linda LeBons. My man, John Paul Guidry. John Paul, I have 2 words for you this morning. Hire Bruce. That's all I'm going to say. What's up, Emily Galler? How you doing, Joan Goebel? Great to see you. Sean Woodward, thanks for the quote this morning, bro. I appreciate it. I see all kinds of folks up in here. And over on Clubhouse, I see Enos is with us this morning. Great to see her. And I see Nathaniel. I see Sharice. What's up, Sharice? It's been a long time since I've seen Sharice. Mr. Banks is up in here as well. What's up, Mr. Banks? Pleasure to connect with you, sir. I see Arian is up in here, which is great. I also see Tom is up in the house. I see Michael and Angel. I see Evan and Ryan and Danielle and Chris and Monica. I see Sharon is up in here this morning. I see all kinds of folks. Amanda Dahl's in the house. Jeff and Benja. That's right. Packed house over on Clubhouse. I love it. I love it. What's up, Cleopatra Julius? Man, we got people all around this morning. Everywhere. What's up, Jay Little 6554 and Tristan Smith? I see Manuel over there on Instagram. Hey, I hope you're having a good morning. Thanks for bearing with me. I got kicked off a little bit late this morning. I had some technical difficulties, but I really wanted to share the morning with you in the proper way. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to dive in. All right. Hey, I want to let you know before we dive into this, if you want more connection, like if you want to join me in my mastermind group, we are taking participants in the mastermind group. It's been growing and it's been spectacular. So if you'd like to join that, it's 2 hours a week. 2 hours a week where we get together live, right? We get together live in a group. And then we also have a male and a female like accountability group attached to it. So if you want to be a part of that, I'd love to connect with you deeper. Just go to RISEANDGRIND.elite.com. Go to RISEANDGRINDelite.com and you can join that, right? You can join that, and that would be amazing. I'd love to have you. All right, let's dive in today's episode. #Rise and Grind.
Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too, for his civility. We passed the school where children strove at recess in the ring. We passed the fields of grazing grain. We passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us. The dews drew quivering and chill, for only gossamer my gown, my tippet, only tulle. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then, 'tis centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. This is my letter to the world that never wrote to me. The simple news that nature told with tender majesty. Her message is committed to hands I cannot see. For love of her, sweet countrymen, judge tenderly of me.
A very interesting poem in many, many ways. A very, very interesting poem. And you're probably like, Glenn, that's a little morbid, bro. Like death and mortality first thing in the morning, in a morning show. Probably not the best morning show topic, right? And I know, I feel you, man. I watch these shows, or I write these shows every single morning, and I just get the message. I don't even know what we're going to talk about until the morning of. I'm up at 3:20 in the morning. I write down the words good morning, and I get some help from a higher power that helps me deliver. But listen, so I took the poem and I broke it down, and it's a little dark and it's a little morbid. And so I reflected and I said, hey, what is the message we're really trying to hear in this? And what's really interesting is if you start to dive in to this poem by Emily Dickinson, right? The title of the poem is Because I Could Not Stop for Death. When you really start to dive in, it really tells a story it tells the story of how though she recognizes the inevitable end, she has no time to dwell on it. Though she recognizes the inevitable end, and though it will come surely one day, she has no reason to fear it. You see, death itself is simply, in her mind, in the poem, the way she writes it, death itself is simply a peaceful carriage ride. It is simply a peaceful carriage ride into what's next. You see, as she describes it in the poem, death is not a stop along the journey of life, but rather a green light to what's next. You see, the Bible puts it this way in 1 Corinthians 15, 51 through 54. The Bible says, "Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will all be changed. In a flash, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. For the perishable must clothe itself with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality. When the perishable has been clothed with the imperishable and the mortal with immortality, then the saying that is written will come true." I need you to lean in and follow me right here. The saying that is written will come true. Pay attention right here. It says in the greatest book ever written, #1 bestseller, 3.6 billion copies around the world. It says death has been swallowed up in victory. Death has been swallowed up in victory. You see, it's amazing how powerful words can be. You see, 2020 forced us to embrace this idea of mortality. Every man, every woman, and every child was privileged to maybe for the first time in their lives, to really accept the reality that we are running out of time. Ideas of later, well, I'll do that later. We can go there later, maybe next week. Ideas of later became questionable. We didn't even know if there was going to be a later. At times we still don't. Stock in our homes rose in 2020. Time with family reigned superior in 2020. We made adjustments in our businesses in 2020. And we examined the strength of our finances in 2020. You and I evaluated our lives in a brand new way. We evaluated our lives, you and I. We evaluated our lives with urgency. And that created drastic change for every single one of us. It created drastic change. So now what? Now what is really the question? I think we can all agree. We've experienced that. So now what? As cities start to unlock, as people start to get back to work, as the economy is thriving when everyone thought it was going to fall apart, will we go back to how it was? Will you go back to how it was? Will you lose that sense of urgency? That sense of urgency that you had back in February when you didn't know what the heck was going on and you started making whatever moves you needed to make. You're like, we'll change the business. We'll start selling stuff online. Yeah, we'll teach the kids at home. We'll do whatever we got to do. We just want to live. We just want to live. All of a sudden, you had urgency and it created change in your life. Will you lose that sense of urgency? And a deeper question, because you and I are friends, is have you already? Have you already lost that sense of urgency? Listen, Jim Rohn said it this way. Jim Rohn said, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. Strong. The Buddha said it this way. The trouble is You think you have time. That one might hit you in the chin right there. So here's what it boils down to. Either you have a sense of urgency today or a sense of regret tomorrow. Simple as that. You choose. And I hope you choose wisely. I hope you continue to choose to live your life with a sense of urgency. I hope you continue to live in a way where you don't fear death, but you understand that death is simply a carriage ride, a peaceful carriage ride to what's next. However, though it is a peaceful carriage ride to what's next, it is with a sense of urgency that you must understand that carriage ride is inevitable. That carriage ride is inevitable. And what we need you to do, my brothers and sisters, what I need you to do, my brother and my sister, is I need you to, with urgency, take this season of life that you are in right now and step into becoming the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. That's what I need. I need you to become the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below average, the absolute best. Because see, your decision to step into your greatness ultimately makes an impact. It makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. Your decision to step into your greatness makes an impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely love you. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. And so from love, from my heart, I beg of you to continue to live your life with a sense of urgency and step into the greatness and the divine calling that was placed on you, seated in you from birth, ultimately to make an impact on us. Fair enough? Fair enough. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. All right? If you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. If you want to go hang out and talk more about this, then you're welcome to go join me over on Clubhouse, okay? I'm going to be on Clubhouse for the next couple hours. We have incredible things going on Breakfast with Champions today. Danelle Delgado's going to be joining us. Liza's got a segment today. My friend William Tong's got a segment today. Trevor Houston's got a segment today. And also, where's the book? The great Kara Golden. The great Kara Golden, founder and CEO of Hint Water. She's going to be joining us today over on Breakfast with Champions as well. She'll be joining us a little bit later. So if you want to go join us over there, that's great. If you can't join us on Breakfast with Champions today, I totally understand. No big deal. Go out there and have an amazing, impactful, incredible, memorable day. And then come back here again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. And we're going to do this all over again on #RiseAndGrind.
Good morning.
See ya.
On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. #blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world. It's so alarming. I #rise and grind. #rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. #rise and grind. #rise and grind. Grind, 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 grind. Don't stop. Good morning. Get it. Good morning. Don't stop. Get it. Good morning. Don't stop. Good morning. Get it. Good morning. Don't stop. Get it. #rise and grind. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. #rise and grind. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. #rise and grind. I know you with it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. #rise and grind. Let's go. Let's get it. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, everybody in the land. Make them all get up and turn the volume up and dance. I'm up like a rooster about my future. Better get used to the routine. I ain't sleep, I'm living the dream. Feeling like brush my teeth and wash my hands.